So I've already touched about the Whoopi Goldberg shit. All right, there's a whole video about the Whoopi Goldberg thing. Whoopi Goldberg said about the Holocaust and all that other stuff. I already talked about that. Now I'm going to bring this back up because white people, you have the fucking audacity. White people have the fucking audacity, and I spoke about this a little bit, but I looked at it some more. White people, you have the fucking audacity. First things first, they try to make it a political thing, where it's just like, oh, because she's a Democrat, they're not going to fire her, or then it was like her job should be fired. And someone said this so eloquently. I said the same people that want Whoopi Goldberg said was the same people that was like Joe Rogan shouldn't be fired. But I've been seeing it's like nobody likes nobody likes Whoopi Goldberg apology probably because she doubled down and all that stuff. I've already talked about that. So, but white people get fucking real, and this is like get fucking real. I want to be mindful. I do not hate white people. I do not think all of y'all are racist, but but a lot of y'all do have the audacity to be doing shit. First things first, a lot is just like I saw this one tweet and it made me fucking laugh. And I'm gonna go find it again because a lot of people are bringing this up because Whoopi Goldberg didn't get fired; she got suspended. And there was like, how come Roseanne Barr and fucking whatever other white person that probably said something racist is like white again fired. I think because Roseanne Barr called somebody a fucking ape and some shit like that, and like she said something, and then they're trying to like make what Whoopi Goldberg said was like so racist, which it really wasn't. It was not. It was nowhere near fucking racist. But you white people want to throw it anytime, like, and that's why I hate it when black people talk about the Holocaust. My biggest reason why I hate it when black people talk about the Holocaust is because white people always try to use that as that's their racism because the Holocaust went through some shit. And like, even though like they're not Jew, some even though white people have like chastised Jews, and you could tell in the history like if you was a part of the Ku Klux Klan, you hated niggers, Jews, and fags. I'm quoting head of state. Whereas dude, he was like, I hate niggers, Jews, and fags, but I like this white man. A lot of the KKK was known for being fucking racist and all that stuff. KKK was known for saying stuff, and then you got your neo Nazis, and it's like Jews should be. It's like, did y'all see that shit in fucking Orlando? Did y'all see one black person out there talking about Jews should be eradicated or whatever the fuck they said about Jews? No, not one black person. I did not see not one black person in sight. There's probably gonna be somebody who's just gonna point that out and all that other stuff. And it's like, I personally did not see no black person there. Looks like none but white people holding up swastikas. Now, like, I found it. This person said, and the sad part is like they got the tweet from the Hodge twins. It was and the Hodge twins, they're a bunch of right wings. I never really fucking fuck with them anyway, but they're a bunch of coons themselves, and not because they fuck with Trump, but they just a bunch of coons themselves. And like I already said, to some people, to some black people, the Holocaust ain't that. Black people had it worse when it comes to slavery. That's how most black people think of when it comes to. It's like, yeah, y'all been through y'all shit. Y'all shit was tragedy, but it's not like slavery. That's how majority of black people feel it. They may not say it, but I guarantee you that's how some black people feel about the Holocaust. Wow, what y'all went through was really fucked up. But you know what was more fucked up? Slavery. It's like that shit lasted for 2 years. It's like slavery lasted for 400. That's how most people are at. That's how most people look at the Holocaust. Now, me personally, I say you can't compare. It's stupid to compare torture. It's like who had it worse because it's like they're both fucked up and it shouldn't have been and it shouldn't have happened. But I'm not gonna say I know my people. I do know my people, but I do feel like you could say I'm wrong, or it's one of those things where you just don't admit that out loudly. But I do feel that way. That I think black people we look at the Holocaust like that. Yeah, it was fucked up, but it wasn't slavery. Now, white people, you have the audacity because a lot of y'all was really trying to call for Whoopi Goldberg's job, where all she said was the Holocaust was a man's inhumanity to man, in which I've already stated. If you look at yourself as a religion, you're fucking right. If the Jewish people look at themselves as a race, I can kind of see where you at. If you're both, then it's my stance that you should, especially since there are white Jews, there are black Jews, there are Latin Jews, and this is why people's like, oh, it's a religion, not a race. And some people will say, oh, it's a little bit mixed of both, and like if you feel like Judaism or Jewish is a religion, and or if you think it's both a race and religion, then you shouldn't have had a problem with what Goldberg said. That was white on white violence. And to most people. Yeah, there was some black people there too and all that stuff. There was some other people that, they tried to kill and all that. I just want you, but white people, stop it. And this is what I mean. Like, most of this stuff, anytime when white people yell reverse racism or this tweet said, if Whoopi Goldberg was white, she'd be fired already. Black privilege is real. And when I looked at that, I fucking laughed. I'm like, black privilege. The majority of our black privileges is white people not fucking saying the N word. And it's a lot of these white people. Oh yeah, it's a lot of these white people that fucking. Yep, yep. The person that said this. Yep. Yep, yep. White guy voted for Trump and all that other stuff. Right wing and all that stuff. A lot of white people, y'all fucking hypocrites, and a lot of this is really proven with the Whoopi Goldberg thing, because like someone said, the same people that wanted Whoopi fired was the same people clamoring that Joe Rogan shouldn't get fired or shouldn't be released from Spotify. A lot of y'all have a fucking and this person has the audacity to say black privilege is real. The most our black privilege goes as far as, even if you could say black people do have black privilege, because it's like, what's our privilege? That we can say nigga and white people can't. How does that? How does that? And it's just like, I agree with that, but how far is that going to take us? It's like, what black privileges are we having? Like, white people do understand, and I guarantee you, whatever this shit, y'all explanation, as even as logical it is, it revert right back to white supremacy. It's going to revert right back to your peoples being racist pieces of shit. Because a lot of y'all know y'all people's are racist people shit. I seen this white rapper, and I don't know why I still follow him. I really don't. But he tried to pull up this video, trying to prove, and I guess he wanted to prove that if you could just comply, that officers shit wouldn't happen, right? So he basically had this video of two black people stop, and be mindful. He knew. He even admitted and said they probably got stopped off for racial profile. That's the point we talking about right there. When you said these two black kids got stopped off for racial profile, for the context, they got stopped. They asked for the gun, they complied and all that stuff. These black people complied. One dude said, "Did I have a gun?" He was like, "Yeah, I have a gun. Here's my license. It's right here and all that stuff." They complied. Nothing happened to him. And he goes, "See?" And the white person goes, "See? There's black people who comply and all that stuff," because a lot of these people is just like, "Oh, the government's trying to fucking take over." They wasn't like this when Trump was in office. And don't get me wrong, I should probably do a video on Biden too. But I said, let me get this one out. I said, I'll think about it, but let me get this one out the way. Then, like, this one is just like, oh, if all you do is just comply, you see that shit. And then I wrote under there, I said, oh, wow. I can't wait to show this to Philando Castile. If anybody understands that joke, if you don't, for those who don't understand, Philando Castile was that guy in Minneapolis. If y'all don't remember, the guy in Minneapolis. They pulled his car over. He informed the cop that he had a weapon on him, and the cop fired on him. He complied. He did what he was supposed to do. He let the cop know that yes, I do have a gun. It's holstered. I have a license for it. He did everything. And what's sad about that? There was white people and there was coons that was still trying to be on the side of the cop, even though he was 100% wrong. Like, they really tried. And then when they didn't have nothing, they went after the fucking baby mama. Or, the woman that he was with. Which, in my opinion, that was so fucking foul and disgusting. It's like, why are y'all going after them when y'all know y'all wrong? And then, even if y'all went after them, what does she have to do with fucking Philando Castile being shot? Nothing. So when I wrote, oh wow, I can't wait to show it, I didn't get a response back. I'm surprised, really. Because usually someone would try to argue that. But the point is, it's just like, once you proved the point that he said they was probably racial profile, this is the fucking shit we was talking about. They was in a nice ass car and a fucking cop stopped them. Racial profile. You saw a black man in a nice car, and you probably thought he was doing something illegal. Probably thought he was trafficking. Now, what if the man said he had a gun and that fucking cop shot him? Now, I've always said black people, we shouldn't play the victims at all times and all that stuff because, anytime, like, I'm not the type of dude that gets sensitive over every race, every time there's some racist shit going on. Some shit I don't care about. It's just like the Joe Rogan and the Rock thing. Let's be real. I don't care about that because that's based off of something else. But this one, it was just like, oh, Roseanne didn't do nothing when she she said some racist remarks. She said some blatantly racist remarks. What Whoopi Goldberg said was nowhere near racist. Now, be mindful. I still stand where I say black people, we shouldn't be talking about the Holocaust. Because no matter how you flip it, it seems like the Jewish people are going to get angry. I don't want to have that for y'all. I really don't. I don't want to be having that for my brothers and sisters. And since we got to be under the, white supremacies, and I'm not saying comply and all that stuff, but look, if that's how you're getting your money, that's how you're getting your money. That's all I'm going to say. I fucking can't stand when white people do this. It seems like you want us to be ever since slavery, it seems like you want us to be on a level playing field. Okay, even though y'all had a 400 fucking year head start, y'all still y'all need to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and all that. And it's just like, y'all took the bootstraps from us. Matter of fact, y'all got on our boots right now. And I'm not even talking about Kim K like channeling her inner black woman on a fucking Vogue magazine, which was also very stupid to fucking say. It's just like, yo, what are we doing right now? What are we doing right now? Has this world gone stupid? White people, you got the fucking audacity. That's like everything. I want white people to realize that you are, especially in this generation, you are going to pay, or you are paying for the sins of your ancestors that was racist to our people. That's probably why all this shit is happening to y'all. Like, white people getting called Karen. Old white people getting slammed out of KFC. some white dudes call someone a nigga and he beats his ass. I'm not advocating on black people whipping white people's ass. I'm not. We're not going to go there, and I'm not going to, I'm not going to make it look like, oh, I'm perpetuating white people to beat their ass. I'm not. But it's just like, stay away from them. I know in some places you can't help it, but it's like, if you have the option, just stay away from them. It's like, they don't do you no good. The audacity of how they try to make motherfucking, Whoopi Goldberg look like the ultimate bagger. Like, she should be the one wearing a Hitler mustache and all that other shit. In which, in my opinion, and I'm gonna still stand by it, she didn't say nothing wrong. A Jewish person can come in and talk his talk and all that other stuff. But I'm on Whoopi's side right here. I don't think she did nothing wrong, and I think y'all white people were blowing it out of proportion. So let me know what y'all think. Till then, my name is No Skin or Fly, and I'm out. Peace.